Hello beautiful people wherever you are. Welcome back. Hello gentlemen. Mambo vipi bro? Conquer the Babylon. Yeah. Guys, today is today. And I'm so happy by today, and I say thank you very much for the people supporting us, because what I can just say is right now it's development. From Matiko construction, we're going to be starting again from Rimi construction. And Ginto also is onto the spot. Woo-wee! Some people are going to be crying here. Woo-wee! We're going to be coming for the... Hey, hi. Wow. Mambo. Salamu alaikum. Alaikum salam. Inshallah wa barakatuh. Shakumsi matusi. Mambo vipi? Mambo iko chonjo? Everything is cool.
It's good.
So umesema watu sahi, now it's going to be... This is a fire or not the fire? We're gonna be starting this kind of the video one-on-one. Asante sana Boke. Hey, Boke nowadays is very the stomach. Look at the stomach. Look at the stomach. Chonjo. Mambo iko sawa. Leo ile samaki mtaenda kununua. Exactly. So and guys, a little bit of the problem. This kind of the road going to be bringing us a little bit of the headache ABCD. But to the real life situation of today, they're going to be having this kind of the area. We talked about we're going to be remending the road today, and a little bit we're going to be bulking much of the hardcore here, and they have been offloading them here because of the road is virgin and it could not get the truck to the far point because things are messing. You can see even at this kind of the position, the trucks were going on different channels, getting to a different position as this area was not good. The first a truck that landed the package there, we talk about that kind of the materials there a bit. It was so fantastic, and they came here a bit spinning. It has been raining daily. Even right now you're gonna be coming cats and dogs here. Sasa unaonaje hii hali bana? Sasa njia bado ni mbaya kidogo, si ndio? Kwa hivyo hata wakishushia huko haina ngori. So even next time we have zimekuja ngapi sahi? Three already. It's because of the road. Everybody is being told, oh, can you go to that site again? To offload again with hands? No. I cannot. But we know this is just the beginning. And the more we're going to be compacting this side, we're going to be compacting it. Next time it will be passing in you. We have to understand that. And back to Matiko. Mambo kuna namna gani bana? Wewe tuambie bana, sai kuna any problem? Sai unaongoja tu. Matiko is waiting and talking about why can't you come one day and talk about we are starting and demolishing much of the houses here, and tunaanza nyumba very soon. Usijali, na tunakuleta simu kwanza ndio inakuja na maneno itasonga mbele, si ndio? Yeah man. Yeah, the one that's over that one, and also the mom, inaitwa real me. The phone is gonna be already. I have already the design of the phone, and it's gonna be coming. So the people who are waiting to talk about, oh, now Matiko gonna be aka, woo, aka. It's gonna be coming right now. Murimi has already the phone. Murimi tayari gonna sim. Murimi has. This one is now the good in network. Boke. This is very good in network. Unataka kuchat na nani? Oh, unataka kuchat na mimi. Oh, Boke. Oh, I'm gonna be coming to you, Boke. Wow. Exactly. So mambo iko chonjo, si ndio? Guys, what I'm so pleased with is nobody's talking about you have to have the development. You don't have to get the development. Right now, the people who were used and they were being discriminated, they were being hindered. Right now, they're going to be getting the best because this is their opportunity. Saini muda wenu kupata. Sawa? Murimi, wewe, watu wengi wanaenda kupata. Wagwan. Which design is this one? Guys, this is a very meticulous, very awesome. We have the father here. Hello. Mambo vipi Mr. Watford? Mambo iko sawa? Kila kitu iko pole. Alhamdulillah. Asante sana guys. We are ever together, and whenever I see them cherishing, dancing, we are hobela. That's very meticulous. As I say, things are just working very meticulous. And also, they're so talk about their faces are shining right now, and they are glooming every day. They are cladding meticulously. And for the people who are talking about ABCD, my friends, ABCD, it's no longer working here. Let us go to WXY. It can be working maybe from this kind of the position. Also, the mother, she is here. And hello. Mambo vipi? Mambo iko sawa? Kila kitu iko chonjo. The something here is not, the something of her here is not working. If you can hear Boke, everything is so good. So tunakuja na kila kitu kwa sawa. Tunamaliza mawe, I think kesho. Ni mvua ndio inasababisha, si ndio? It's only the rain which is bringing some shenanigans. Even right now we're going to be coming and it will be so hard for us to get the materials to the site, but that's why we started it. Ndio maana tulianza mapema. That's why we started earlier, before it could just give us much of the traumatization here. But everything going to be coming to you live, which is one-on-one, and the God is there. Hi, Godi. God is good all the time, and that is nature. Wow, wow, but not meow. That's a pussycat. No, that one. No, that one. No, that one. Exactly. Asante sana. Wacha tuchangamuke, si ndio? Exactly, guys. And that is the best way for us to go and also get everything here. You can see how the trees are hinging, and they are even characteristically getting it very nice to talk about. Yeah, these people, they're going to be their session. And keep it tuned. Back to you in the studio as we're going to be coming to you live one-on-one from this kind of the position. Let us work together. Okay? High five. High five. High five. High five. High five. We have another gentleman here. Mambo vipi? Mambo iko chonjo? Also always Kiswahili. Mambo iko namna gani? Tuko sawa kabisa. Tuko sawa? Umechangamka. Safi kabisa. Always everybody is happy. Whenever I see the family is always together and they say, yeah, let's get forward and let us make it happen. And I appreciate and I say, God always give us. And for the God's grace, we're going to be starting the construction very soon as possible, because that is what we're going to be orienting ourselves to do, and also getting in the best momentum for us to move to. And that is our own attitude at this kind of the time. No lowering dignity, no restoration of talking about how we're going to be restoring this kind of the person who was the one restoring. No, we're going to be making sure that there's no traumatization, no mayhem, there's no limiting factors, and whatever we're going to be talking about the police, let it be the bullshit. Because right now everybody going to be making something meticulous, the construction. Right now what I'm pleased up with is the good thing is right now people have seen the reality, who are meheming the village, who are making the village to be lowered because of exposing their dignity and lowering their humanity, which is the fraternity is getting the worstest moment. Right now, everybody going to be developed. Right now, the only campaign we're going to be campaigning for is development. Let us not campaign about the police station today. Tomorrow court, tomorrow but one lawyers, A, B, B, C, A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B, C, A, C. Now that one is no longer available. Right now what we need is development. Let us see what you are doing. Even my father used to say, what do you have and what are you doing? And that's what we want to see. If Murimi right now going to be constructing, Matiko want to construct, the mother also, Gintu there, there's another person, Ernesto also, going to be constructing, Mogesi is there, talk about Mayan is there. People are on it, and let us support each other. Whenever we talk about we're going to be supporting Matiko, let us get them coming. Whenever supporting, what I see here, if we're going to be supporting us, let us support one person at each. Let us talk about this week. We're going to be to Matiko, pop. Then we go to Murimi, pop. Then we go to another person, pop. And we're going to be making it happen. And Gintu is there to make you hope, and for it's going to be coming. As I say, God bless each and every other person who is tuned in and supporting Matiko's family, because they are so happy. Even right now, Boki is wearing a blue things from the far end. Woo! Boki want to say something here. Boki is saying, oh no. Boki is throwing this kind of the katululu, the button. He's talking about even me, I need something. Don't worry, Boki. The good thing is you are not a child. Where was him, Toto? I know, Boki, you can never be a child. No, let us go with how the hali is. But don't worry, tomorrow is another day. Today is today. Tomorrow gonna be another day. Always joking, always coming together, and always making it happen. Bono mekasirika. Exactly. Kuna shida yote sahi? No problem. Exactly. Huh? No, the fish, no problem. Just wait. Shh. No problem. No problem. Guys, I'm finishing up with Matiko here. Matiko, any problem? Matiko now. Right now, Matiko is very sober. Yani, my friend, I'm telling you from this kind of, whenever I got into him, and I advise him. And yesterday we got an advice from our mom called Mama Tandy. Go subscribe, like, share, comment, and get Mama Tandy Foundation. gonna be also giving us much of the reservoirs, and we're gonna be making it happen. Back to you in studio. Back to you. I'm gonna be making it happen. Hello. Hey. So guys, they're eating, and you can see from this kind of the spot.
Where we have a lot of fish.
Both of them, both of the fish ponds, they're called a school of fish.
A school of fish?
Yeah, a school of fish.
So here they are in school?
Yeah, this is a school of fish. In a group of fish is called a school of fish.
A school of fish?
Yeah, there are many, exactly.
Oh.
So get the grass out.
So I'm making sure guys over
here. Yeah, clean up the grass. Because we have to remove the grass.
Should I get inside all?
No problem. The way you like, because the fish ponds are secure.
Like those ones have to enter inside.
You have to get in with that kind of the gentleman. He has something called weather cloth. It's called a weather cloth.
So we are working with that man.
Exactly. So he's the one who is slashing. Then you can just get in with using that kind of the weather cloth. Yeah. Then you cannot get leached to your body, and it will be so fantastic. Yeah. No problem. Exactly. So. This is what we do, guys. If we don't remove this kind of the grass from the fish ponds here, this kind of the grass, this is the daytime, but whenever you get to the night time, it will tend to use oxygen also. And we have scattered them all around the fish pond, so they will tend to consume that small quantity of oxygen that is available at that kind of the zone, which will just render to less oxygen concentration to the pond, and we can just find much of the fish maybe having the collapsing agent or having any kind of the miscellaneous. So at this kind of the moment, whenever we are doing some of the work here, they're a bit they're scared of people, so they cannot come to eat much of the food, but they'll be spotting and running, which is their character. Yeah, they cannot come closer. When we're going to be getting around, they will now tend to go where you are coming from, and that is how they always operate. So they have that kind of the mechanism, which is a security mechanism of fish, that they cannot come closer to where the human beings are. But whenever it gets to the time, how you orient them, if you consistently give them food at one position, which is the same character of a human being, whenever you talk about this kind of the person, I want to be feeding them for free. Daily. They will tend, one day you'll ever be waking up and finding them the same spot that you are giving them money from. They will be there to wait for you. Even if you come or not, they will be there waiting for you. That's a character trait that is always available to talk about animals. That's for the animal, not even to the human beings. It's for animals. Including also if you have some pets at home. Whenever they know that this is a feeding zone, they will tend to come to that feeding zone. Whenever whatever comes, whatever goes, they will know whenever you are coming, that's the feeding zone. So even the fish, whenever you talk about, are going to be standing here to feed this fish, and at the same time to feed this kind of the fishes here, they'll tend to come every day to the same position to make sure they're going to be waiting for a person. Even if a person is walking around and you come and stand here, they will come and start bubbling water, so they know that this spot here is where they are feeded from. And if you want to have that kind of the character, that's why I want to build this kind of the spot. I want to be building here, which is a very fantastic house, and also a very organized structure that will be capable holding to have so many people who are going to be living here, getting this kind of the environment. And I'm going to be now removing this kind of the fish, disperse them to this fish pond and also the upper fish pond, to make sure that these fishes here, they're going to be getting out, and it will start again. This fish pond going to be starting again, and we're going to be building inside here. It will tend to have new fishes that are going to be placed here. Talk about maybe the fingerlings, and they're going to be growing, understanding like they're going to be fed from one position, and it will be on top of the maybe the pala, or you can just call it an anchor area. So it will be very good position for you to feed them, and you can feel them and touch them if it gets to that. So I'm going to be orienting that kind of the mechanism, and it will be habited here, and that is my character. They're going to be having it coming here. So as far as everything is just conducted, you can see to this kind of the top section here, we have done the way you can see that area has been done, rectifying, and also absolutely that's maintaining the collapsing, and there's nothing like collapsing again will ever get to this kind of the position here. So when I come to this kind of the position also, you can see how we have just trimmed the trees, and also this kind of the logs, and they're looking like the round poles, and they've been hit using a hammer, very, very big hammer. This is I don't know how I can call it, a very big one, very big one. And they've been hit miserably like this, and that's the nature, exactly. And this kind of the log went down miserably and went terribly down, and from that kind of the condition, it's so firm enough to withstand the talk about the effect or the impact that are going to be brought with the collapsing from this far zone. Because I said these fish ponds, they have water catchment from the top section. This fish pond is fed from the top. This fish pond is fed from the top. That fish pond is getting it from where you can see those kind of the gentlemen are. And when we talk about this is how they get water, which is an earthen pond, it has its own originality water, which is the water table is coming from this top side. You can see we have removed, but it has already collapsed. So this is what we want to maintain, because if you leave them that way, not maintaining or reinforcing this kind of an area, they will tend again to collapse more terribly. And we don't want to reach at that kind of the section. We'll be doing nothing. And that's why you see the gentlemen are in to make sure that the work continues as normal. So we are now using the tree backs here, and they're going to be now reinforcing. As you can see, this side is being reinforced. And we can now bulk this kind of the soil back. And also we are collecting, we can call about some sacks, maybe cement sacks, such kind of the sacks here, and they were having them here, and they're going to be used to be filled with a lot of soil, and that kind of the soil will just be, whenever they're bulked with soil, they will just be compressed inside here, and they will be firm enough to withstand the effect and also the forces that are going to be coming. So that's why you see the gentlemen here, they're making it happen. So they're just doing like a ranch, and you can see now it has been operated very fantastic from here. So they're going to be doing it up to the farther point, as you can see here. So this is what we're going to be doing at this kind of the position. And we have another gentleman inside here is doing something called slashing and maintaining the ponds, which is the mode of making sure that everything is operated good. This water is full to the brim, so whenever it's full, it has a character area whereby you can just open this kind of the section and the water can just pass out. You can see, so this water can be opened as an outlet. It's because of this kind of the grass going to be attaching itself here. That's why you see the water is onto the brim, so it's full. And this is so risky whenever it comes to the security and also the permanentology of the fish pond to be so permanent in terms of firmness. And to this kind of, this stuff I'm just talking is called the dike. And if you want to reinforce them to be so conk and also highly compacted, cannot have any kind of the problem, you should make sure that this kind of the water doesn't come to the full brim. Because if they tend to pass through, like this kind of the sector here. Hey, mambo vipi? Mambo kofiti? You can see this kind of the side here. They are tending to pass and get filled. You can see how they are passing here. They are getting to this kind of the fish pond. So they are making this area to be weak. So if this area is weakened, it means like collapsing is very easy from this fish pond to this one here. So if they're going to be finished, so we are here to rectify each and every kind of the position. And we're going to be rectifying them once per each time. Whereby after finishing there, we're going to be coming here also, and they will just remove this kind of a small section that moved in. These are collapsing wall that collapsed in, and we're going to be removing it back to the spot here, and we're going to be making sure that things are going to be maintained here. Also going to be reinforcing this area. We're going to be reinforcing this area also, and we're going to be getting it up. We're going to be bulking much of the soil here to make sure that it's going to be raising up, as this kind of the water will be controlled not to pass to the other one, because this fish pond has a lot of water than this. But we have to consider the capacity, because these two are sharing the one, it's called water table, but this one here is having its own water table from every sources. It has here water table all the upper section, because there's no other fish pond on top. And the good thing is, now this fish pond is extended. Once upon a time, it was reaching with this kind of the guava tree is. There's a time I was ever shooting much of the videos here, and this fish pond was reaching where the guava tree is. So I have extended it from the guava tree up to here. so as we can create a good room and an extensive room, so as we can just have the house constructed inside here, and it will just be like a good spot of fish farm, and also checking on how the fish are reared and how they're going to be fed. I'm going to be having some of the good practices here. I said one time I'll be teaching students here about aquaculture, and also how we shall rear some of the fish locally, because there are people who are having that kind of the thoughts. One time, maybe I have a section where I can just drill, or I can dig or excavate a fish pond, but I don't have the module on how a person can teach me to make money from the local stuffs, like local fish ponds here, and you can make a revenue and an income from here, and you can survive with this kind of the 3, 1, 2, 3 fish ponds entire your life, if you are serious and constant about what you want to be doing. Because if you frame yourself and talk about this is what I'm going to be doing, and I have to be straightforward, consistency, you have to wake up early in the morning, check what is conducted here, always there to make sure that you are there to see what they are doing. Because if you leave them to talk about ABC, there's something that you know they don't know, because they're here to work, and whatever you are just giving them, you have told them, I want you to do this and this and this and this. But there's some of the things that you are there, you can see and talk about, we can change it from this kind of the panel. That is my all perseverance of the survival inside there, because the risk taker is a person who is always there, even if whatever comes. Whenever the floods comes, I talk about, oh, my big fish pond can go because of the river has flooded, because you are there to withstand it. And whenever it rains so bigger and a lot of rain, talk about we're going to be having a huge awesome amount of water passing through this kind of the river, I feel like, oh my living God, what will just happen to my fish pond? Because there's a time it collapsed. You can see this kind of the trees, they were once aligned up with this kind of the other trees, but right now they're inside there. Why? This area collapsed once, and the river was passing just in an upper section, but right now it's very top, and also it's very deep at that kind of the position, which is not the best thing I can talk about. Is very good here in terms of the nature, but we're going to be restricting. We're going to be planting a lot of trees, as you can see from here. We are planting trees that are going to be restricting this area not to collapse further. That is my best way to make sure that this kind of the fish farm has to survive and survive and survive. That's the biggest way for us to make it happen. So that's how we always move and make things come out very fantastic. So I'm going to be making sure that the fish ponds are clean as possible, and after the cleanness, we're going to be making sure that we have to encourage other people, whoever they're going to be talking about, oh, Gintu, whenever I see how you are making the cleaners, how you are possessed about it, also other people to learn from it and talk about, we can make it happen, because this is the food security. When we talk about the food security, let us not talk about the food security is about, oh, whatever you are planting and much more. Food security is can we survive with what we have at this kind of the village? If there's no food in my neighbor, do you have it? Can you supply? Can you take chance at that kind of the gap that is there? Look at the gap, look at the privilege of the gap, where you can just sustain the sustainabilities of that market demand. That is food security. And also the food security is not like you can just give it for free. No, the food security is there a person can buy something from you, which is equally that can supply, talk about, okay, this is equal to, if there's no other thing that a person can do, can just come and buy, and there's something that person can buy, even if there's money or not. And that's why we talk about the food security is there, because the fish farm acts as a food security, number one, act as an income, number two, and also it's there to bring much of the people employment, because the person who is working here like right now is earning something, and that something will make him move forward, and also the family will eat, the family will move on. That is the best momentum we have to understand here. So after you see we're going to be feeding much of the fishes here, this is the best moment that we're going to be having here. So when I'm here, I always check and observe, analyze, and magnify, and be on the look. Which is important thing is observing, because if you don't observe and you don't understand why are the fish having this kind of the character, they have developed another character that you have to understand yourself. Why is this character portrayed at this kind of the time? What is happening? That's how you're going to be observing. The key point of the fish farm observing. Observe first. And if you observe, you can just come out analyzing. But that observing, which is observation, doesn't have to each and every kind of the person. No, not everybody has that kind of the character to observe and understand there's a problem. Because this kind of the fish farm, you have to be in the industry for more than 5 years for you to understand fish. Only a single fish. For you to understand it, you have to be onto the platform for more than 5 years. That's what I can tell people, and that is the real factual thing. And you can take it to the bank. Because a fish has so many things, from the digging of the fish pond, which kind of water, and the size of the fish pond. Why don't we dig or excavate the fish pond in a rectangle, or talk about not a rectangle, in an oval shape, or a circle shape, or a trapezium shape? Why is it always in a rectangle formula? Why is it not in a triangular? You have to ask yourselves. Because this kind of the mechanism, it's very easy for the calculation of, you understand, everything is calculated. FCH is calculated. Amount of fish stored has to be calculated. The food amount should be calculated. And the area should be calculated. Talk about per meter square. How many fish per meter square should you place there? Which is the key character for you to have the fish farm getting on. Like right now, I have extended it. Now it has become the maximum, and also, I can call it one of the maximum size of the fish pond whenever it comes to the standard way of creating or having a fish pond here. Which is the standard. Now it's going to be measuring 320 meters square. Approximately, when we added it, we added 20 meters square above. Because whenever we're going to be covering some of the spaces here, we will cover a little bit of the space and we will leave. But the house we're going to be constructing here, it will be up a little bit from water level, to make sure that we're going to be having people observing from the upper section, from the downer section, and also going to be having some inside gazebo that they're going to be inside the fish pond, and it will be so neat whenever it reaches to that time. There's some of the people who are mocking Gintu. I'm talking about, oh, Gintu, will it happen? Yesterday I was speaking to one of the donors who are ever talking about Gintu, have to make it happen. As far as we have a fish farm here, we're going to be employing people to teach other people. Gintu will not be there. And this is what is there. Like right now we have Ernesto. Hi, Ernesto. Everything is good. We have Ernesto is doing something called the cleaning of the pond. Yeah, sure. This is cleaning. And
I'm just hearing some of the fish is just...
The fish are all over. They are passing. They are passing like safari rally.
Yeah, sure.
Exactly. So
if you are not keen, you can be...
There's something that people don't understand. Yeah. When you are inside there, yeah, try to touch here, and you tell us what you feel. What do you?
It's
like a hole.
It's like a hole.
Exactly. Do what?
Like mudfish.
Exactly. There is something called barrows. Yeah. Those are barrows. The inside dug holes. Those inside dug holes, they are dug with fish. And those kind of the holes. Exactly. It can take the whole arm. Because it's very deep, so it comes up to some of the section here. So it means like those kind of the barrows are created with either the fish, male fish, or they're created with the mudfish or the catfish for the laying purposes and spawning time. It's too hot. Yeah. That's a phone. Don't compare that phone with a GoPro. That phone is too hot, and because it's a rainy season, and you understand whenever the rain gonna be coming, always the sun has to lit very litically, and that's why you can see some of the phones here having some problem. Buy my friend here a GoPro if you're gonna be needing a GoPro. Hi man, I have a truck of ballast to come, and I will tell you whenever the time reaches, because I have to order. There are so many people are constructing right now, even getting to the material sites, and where the materials are bought, you have to put an order for you to get whatever you need. It's not like even right now, whenever you're going to be looking for sand and talk about I need sand right now, you can never get it. I told my brother we have to bring.
So can I go back to the river to harvest sand?
No, you cannot get anything here. And where will the truck come to? Where is the road?
The truck, it will be passing through my brother's place to this place.
My friend, you have a long way to go. Right now there's no road there. Because your brothers have sold everything.
Yeah, sure.
And right now you have again to go and ask another generation, please can I pass?
Yeah, sure.
And yet once upon a time, you are the one talking about, hey.
Yesterday I was talking about that.
Exactly. So right now, I told you one day you will be squatters of your own home.
And I was just wondering, I was just passing from my home, so I was just wondering the fence all over. The place that they have bought.
Yeah.
They have already put some of the
fences,
barbed wires.
Barbed wires. Exactly. Everybody right now is trying to collect his own assets. What is happening, man?
Inside here you have to be keen. Anything that you feel like
no, take a rake.
Like
take a rake.
It's like smooth.
Take a rake.
You have to be keen.
Where's the rake? Where's that rake? Bring the rake. Don't use bare hands, man. Don't use bare hands. Use the rake. Let him bring the rake there. So guys, that's the movement, and we are on it, and still we're going to be having a lot of this kind of the sacks here, and we're going to be using them very meticulous to fill the sand. And if you see at this area, there's some of the sacks that you can see they are protruding from inside there. That is what we're going to be doing exactly here. And see, the gentlemen have formulated a way, and this way will protect this wall from collapsing. And that collapsing will definitely talk about we have made it happen. And from that, everything will be more possible for us to build here, and the area gonna be they're gonna be so fantastic, and no much of the postcoms, intercoms. The engineer will be top-notch engineer who can build inside a lake. Yeah? That's a pipe that somebody stole. I was ever looking for that pipe. That pipe was stolen, and maybe somebody removed it. That pipe, I was ever looking for it.
So from where? It was stolen from?
It was stolen from here.
Oh.
Yeah, it was an outlet pipe that was here. And it was getting water from this fish pond as an outlet. But somebody came and pulled it and threw it inside here. So we were ever looking for it. There are so many. That's why I've fenced the land.
So can I get even coin?
No, there's nothing you can get inside there. So there are so many things, even those kind of the sticks there. Remove them from there, because when this area was vacant, so many people were passing here anytime, anyhowly, without any restriction, and it was so obsessing to me.
I have a request. Don't give me a work too. Every day I will be here to make sure that this fish pond, all of this fish pond will be clean.
So we have to understand first.
Yeah.
What is here to be done?
Yeah.
Yeah, you understand.
So like cleanness every.
So how can you clean a fish pond daily?
So after one or 2 weeks.
Maybe I tell you after every 1 week you come and do it. Yeah, you unaweza fanya. But now the problem is, at least you are a YouTuber. Yeah. Now I have this kind of the young boy. This young boy, which form are you?
They are school.
He's a form 2. Yeah. You are going to form 3? Yeah. He has gone to form 3. Yeah. He's looking for pocket money for next year. He's looking how we can buy some shopping for next year. Yeah. So I have to orient them to do this kind of the work. So as they will be taught. Talk about you are already a grown up, man. We have to teach these young people how to fish, not to liquor early the way you are, and keep on surviving, because liquor is always there. Our grandfathers drank it and they left it. Up to this kind of the time, still the liquor is there, so it will never be finished. So don't engage yourself and don't sell land because of petty issues like, oh, I don't have a house, I've seen a person that you learned with. Like right now, the people I learned with, and whenever they come and see Ginto has a fish pond, Ginto has a G castle at home, I'm having steps forward. They tend to talk about, even me, I want to construct, because Ginto has constructed, was my age mate. It was, don't have peer pressure. Yeah. Don't ever have that. Grow and understand what you want to do. Do you get me? Yeah. Work, get your money, store, learn. Tomorrow, but when we talk about, oh, Ginto, I need that job, I'm finished Form 4, let me work here a little bit because I know what to do. And don't depend on talking about, oh, there's somebody who's there. I have a brother, I have a mother who is the ABCD. Yeah. These things will ever come back to you and talk about, if you're never working for it as your childhood, you will work while you are a grown-up. Yeah. Even grown-up men grow fools. You understand? Yeah. There's a person who grows from the childhood as a fool until a gentleman. So somebody can come and tell you, oh, do this, and whenever you see with a third eye, you talk about this person is lying to me. So try to focus, eh? Yeah. Exactly, learn. Because even what we are doing here is learning. This is agriculture. Yeah. Have you ever learned about a fish farm?
Yeah.
There's fishing in geography. Yeah. There's fishing in agriculture.
They did fish in Uganda, they want to take
No, not about that. Not about that. Yeah? We talk about the learning. Whenever you're learning in school, yeah, you learn about sources of a blue economy. You can have a fish pond, you can have a cage, you can have a liner ponds, you can have drum ponds. You understand? Yeah. You can have hoppers, you can have a dam. From a dam, you can have a river. Yeah. From rivers, you can harvest fish from such kind of the sources. Yeah. You understand? And you learn. You know about these are a real practical. You have an outlet. And why can't you ask about why is the inlet? Have you seen the inlet here? No. Have you ever asked about why there's no an inlet? No. Why? Do you know why there's no an inlet? But you have ever learned about a fish pond has an inlet and an outlet, yeah, and a dike. What's a dike? Where you are stepping here. This is a dike, eh? Yeah. And now you are learning it one-on-one. This is a dike. We have an inlet and outlet. And why is the outlet placed in the downer area where the topography is lying to, the outlet? And the inlet is placed where there's an upper, the topography is upper. You have to learn about those ones, eh? And you have to ask, why is this kind of the fish pond tending to sleep? It's tending to lie this way. Why? Why? Whenever you are harvesting everything, water should go to the certain corner. That's the drainage area is. Talk about the outlet is. You understand? Yeah. So we have an outlet and we have the drainage pipe. Do you understand the meaning of those ones? Yeah. The drainage is to do what? To drain the whole water from the pond. The outlet is to remove the extra water, which is coming to the brim point. Yeah. The inlet is to bring clear water, which is oxygenated to the fish pond. Yeah. And this kind of the ponds, they have its own natural water, which we call water table is on top. So we don't have inlets. So this is called earthen fish ponds. Yeah. They are constructed from the earthen. They don't have liners. They don't have polythene papers here. Exactly, yeah? So that's how you should be learning whenever you come here. Don't come and talk about, oh, Gintu told me / here. No, try to understand. Get your brain to another level, eh? Yeah. And be observative. Yeah. Talk about, oh, I had me telling Ernesto, there are some of the holes inside here. What are the holes for? For reproduction, for security. Whenever somebody gets like Ernesto is there, they tend to go inside, hide, camouflage. You understand it? Yes. Exactly. So you will be learning more and you will be getting more of the things from the field, and just be tuned. Eh? Yeah. Continue coming and ask questions. Whatever you don't understand, ask.
When I catch one fish, I think.
You cannot. Yeah. So guys, that's how we ever orient ourselves, and we want to see the young boys learning. And I'll be teaching people here in this kind of the blue economy, which is the fish farm, to make sure they're going to be getting something good. Don't depend about there's employment. I'll say there is no employment. Right now is how much do you have in your pocket and who knows you. And if you don't know anything about that, even if you are learned, there are so many graduates who are outside here, no job. Even if you start asking about, we have so many people who have finished their own courses, they're outside here. Gintu finished my own course of catering and accommodation, very good professional chief chef. But what am I doing? The fish farming industry. There's no job that is outside here to employ people. And how many, there are so many graduates daily, they're graduating daily, years after years. And there's so many people who are getting to the kindergartens to start the learning. Everybody wants to see, my son is learning, but where's the job? If we don't formulate, we ourselves, we don't formulate our own jobs here. So we can create the job unto the village and give the people who are just in the village here, who have qualified, they can learn and also have that kind of an empowerment to do other things, even them to start thinking about if Gintu can do do this and never went to the college. Gintu never went to the university. Gintu never went to the high school. Gintu never went to this kind of the institution to learn about it. And he can do that. What about me? Opening minds to this kind of the young generation to understand selling lands is not the everything or the source of an income. Selling a land is not a source of income. You are not a person who has invested into the real estate. You're talking about you are selling some land for your ancestral people. Your father never sold it, you are coming to sell, which is approximately stupidity and insidious actions that we're doing here. Keep tuned. Back to you in the studio. Guys, back again to the spot here always. And I like whenever children are always around me. Hi, how are you? Everything is good. Always having this kind of the young boy here coming to check how the things are. So guys, to this kind of the spot, you can now check on what we are now doing here. We are doing something called loading this kind of the sacks here with a lot of sand to make sure that it's going to be bulked here, as you can see from the far spot here. So this is the system that we are still ongoing with to make sure that it's oriented here very firmly. And mtajaza zingine ama ni hivyo tu?
Bado mzigo.
Bado juu? Kwa hivyo magunia yako, si ndio? Exactly. So guys, you can now see what we are now doing here and heaping them. So even you can just walk and it's very easy. The ones that they were just removed inside here, they're the ones that we are now bulking together and putting them to one sack and heaping them here. As you can see, the other gentleman is here to step on it to be in a very fantastic way. So here was a little bit of a problem, and I think now even walking here it will be so nice, and the area is so strong enough. Even if you heap them here, there's nothing can just bring any kind of the problem here, because we want this area to be so strong enough as there's nothing can ever interfere with it. So you can now see the area is straight and parallel. Talk about parallel. These guys are bringing. Hey, Toto.
Jofa.
Umefika Jofa? Safi.
Tukutane.
Mimi tukutane niko site. So guys, this is another trip of Matiko. It's gonna be getting here for it to be number 4, because there are people who are talking about yesterday. Yesterday I saw when I was talking to one of the mom who is Tandy Foundation. I was talking to her yesterday, and she was talking about we are bringing the materials to the sites, and the people I saw talking about again to make sure that this kind of the sites are yours, because they might be bringing much of the materials. Then they will talk about, oh, Gintu, this kind of the stuff gonna be mine. No, we don't have that, because whenever you see Gintu is making something, we have already talked, we have already analyzed, we have already put our thoughts together before things gonna be coming to be executed. And there's nothing talking about it. This is the development to orient other people. Even this kind of the Mama Tandy Foundation will be coming to Kenya, and the company is gonna be open. Talk about the organizations, so it can just be operating from Kenya, helping the needy, helping the less fortunate, helping the people gonna be in liquor, so they can just do the proper things here. There's no much of the police, no much of litigation, no much of the proscoms, intercoms, intellectual things that will govern us to make something good. So that's why you see this kind of the gentlemen also, they're doing something very best here to orient themselves, do something better. In the evening time, they're gonna be doing something else. Also gonna be getting to Matiko position, and we talked about the road going to be remained where the problems is, and we're going to be making sure that things are coming out more clear. So that's why we are now heaping here, and this area going to be going to be dropped a bit, and this kind of the whole of this kind of the soil will be heaped back here, and this area will be just as flat as you can see the other position is. So guys, when I say things must be done, and I should be there, I've already brought some lunch, and they're going to be taking lunch, and we're going to be completing the mission. And this kind of the sacks are the ones that I was talking about. Still we have some of them here, and we're going to be making things to come out. Munaenda? Unaleta maji. So today we talk about Godfrey is the one who is bringing water to the gentlemen who are just working here, which is the best way and the courtesy of talking about that's how we want to orient our young people and the young developing generation to be responsible. Whenever they see there's something which is lacking somewhere, they can act perpendicularly per unit time to occupy their space, to occupy that trend, and make sure they're going to be serving where necessary. So guys, everything is such good, and appreciate much of the people tuned in and supporting Gintu, because we have best coming, we have a good time, good moment, and Gintu right now going to be called the CEO. Whatever you are, say CEO, and everything going to be so fantastic here. Going to be having things compacted here. So right now the fish ponds are looking so nice, so clean, and still we have this month still in this fish pond. We have to settle here, camp here, hit the nails, make sure that the fish pond is going to be coming out like something else. One day, one time, the legacy of my father going to be still surviving, talking about we're going to be orienting people, we're going to be teaching people, we're going to be emphasizing, empowering people to have and go on with this kind of the characteristic of the, talk about this kind of the ponds here. A bit this pond is having a problem because it's still cutting, and I think the problem is this area was so big and it was coming to this kind of the corner, but it has been ate across and it has just gone inside because of the cows. Always cows are passing here, grazing around. Whenever they come and a bit they step on such kind of an area, it sinks. Then it creates a hole. Then that hole now, it creates a big such kind of a mess like this one. So the collapsing is now to be controlled. And I don't want to have much of the mayhem to other people. That's why I fenced the cows should be grazing outside the fence. And also I should be so punctual so they cannot touch onto the wire, because they might be bringing some of the harms here. And I don't want such kind of the things to happen to me, because I'm so punctual about it. So right now is a serious matters. Serious business. Gintu now is onto the fish farm, and the fish farm has to be the best alternative for us to do, and that is what we're gonna be doing here to orient ourselves and talk about we have to go forward. So guys, the best moment is whereby we see things moving, people can learn from us, and also we teach the people who are growing. Let me be like Gintu. Are you gonna be an example? That's a question that I'm gonna be asking. Are you an example? Are you going to be an example? As somebody has ever used a different character, talk about, oh, Gintu, I want to be like this, or, oh, Gintu, you know, I want to be like Gintu, or my young boys, can you act like the other person how he's doing? Can you be an example? That's what everybody is looking forward to. And talk about here, that I can use somebody like an example. I can use somebody like as an example. We have to act properly. So when we just remove those kind of the hips, you can now see how this kind of the fish pond is looking very clear and very awesome, and a bit dirty water. But tomorrow I'm going to be bringing the chime. Talk about the chime that yesterday part one I just dropped inside here. I think it was yesterday. I just placed inside here, and you can see the water has changed into green. And also I'm going to be placing it here to filter this water and become so fantastic. As I'm waiting for the truck to come, and some of the people are asking about, oh, Gintu, do you have your own road? I have my own road, and there's no problem with the road until my area, and we are waiting for the government road that are going to be coming. We'll be passing at the frontier there, and we are looking forward to have everything coming out. So the gentlemen here now, they're going to be getting the food, including Ernesto. Ernesto, you told me you are working with money, but now we have food. You said whenever food is going to be coming.
No. About food, don't talk about food.
So you don't have a spoon? Yeah, okay. Get the food. Get the food. I don't talk about food. Sure. The food is always. Gintu doesn't operate with like, oh, I have to charge some people food, money. Oh, no, I don't have that. And the gentlemen, they're here. And they're heaping their legs inside. That's making sure
that they have to, first they have to cool themselves.
Cooling the legs.
Yeah, cooling the legs.
Is the food going to the legs or direct?
No, even legs you can cool the body through legs.
Through legs?
You're putting your legs in the water. You are just cooling your
So
body.
that was used in terms of the studies. Yeah. You are told at night when you feel like you're going to be sleeping, heap your legs inside a basin of water, very cold water, and you will study until the morning. And whenever the paper comes, you are not understanding anything. You feel very guilty about I was heaping my body inside the cold water, and the exam has come and I have got a nil. And the chemistry was very challenging, but you have to understand. So this is the lunchtime edition, and we're going to be having everything everything coming. So guys, keep it tuned. This area gonna be now exercised more properly, and it will be so good, so nice, and it will just be levelized, and everything will just be okay as we make things coming out more fantastic. As you're gonna be watching this kind of the video, we have more and more and more to come. As I understand, also there are much of the people who are learning and getting one step at a time. And whoever is learning can get, and that is what we can say we have to get forward very best. So let us keep on working, because the work is the one that will help us to move. And I said, agriculture is the backbone of the economy of Kenya, constituting up to 50% of the economy of Kenya is constituted with the, talk about the agriculture, 50%. So we have to work. The young generation, we have to work. We have not yet gone to industrialization of talk about we're going to be having a good industrialization in Kenya. We are still the third world country. So we depend on agriculture, because most of the tribes here in Kenya, like talk about the Bantu speakers, you understand we have like 4 main, we have 4, but we have like 2 more big in Kenya, the Bantu and Nilotes. The Nilotes are separated into 3. And talk about the Bantus are separated into different. There are like 5 of them here in Kenya. We have the Mijikenda, we have the Kikuyus, we have the Kurians, we have the Kisians, and we have the Kisii, the people who are talking about the Kisii people. Also, we are Bantu speakers, good in agriculture, and we have to make it happen. That's why you see good farms here, good maize all around. The area is mazed, and that is what we're going to be doing. I'm the only person who is having the blue economy. Aquaculture. Keep tuned. Back to you in a short while. Guys, as normal, as I told you, we're going to be receiving the materials here, and he has already reached, because I always get the information whenever they're going to be coming and at what rate, at what time, and this is what we call about the courtesy to make it happen. So the road is there, and you can now see how everything is just moving, and they are going so slow. Even if you're gonna be Tayua, they are going very slow. I like he's my brother who is making it happen, and he's compiled about it, and they can make it happen. Mambo vipi? Kila kitu iko sawa? Romen at least lero muichu ikaronekana. Kano gari kamuru hongo mbali mosombokere sana. Sombokere na kidogo, si ndio? Haya. Hapa. Gano kuru ambe. Nicho gari gaitu. Akirimbe gate bado. Baba toriga. Buragara madunga. Yeah. Aga manche, Hanu gutuna. Oh, ira nyore nafasi Nemesense. Semesense gichage wansembere. Igatohome kana hara. Agaturu hano. Enda enigo. Emesense asujura ya hara. Uringora torokya go fence. Twaje tukunye go fence hara. Lamek. Marizo ufieke uko go fence, Nerachi yuani way. Kuyigoro. Takola wako hatacha tachenga kei. Eneraro ringa reverse. So yes, we're gonna be coming here to pour it here, and it will be, this is the 4th one, and I think we're gonna be starting with this 4, and we're gonna be looking. Uko. Ata. Ma. Ayanda. Hello. Aya nyonga yote sasa. Hivyo. Nyosha. Uje nyosha. Hapo. Wapi kaya? No fresh. Oh, no seni. Stella. Oh, hapana kuonekana gari sawa sana. Exactly. This is the best.
Songa.
Songa, songa.
Ingisha.
Ambia simame tu hapo.
Shusha tu kidogo. Hapo. Tafuta igo. Ona.
Guys, this is a delicate job if you are not punctual about it. The hardcore can come down and hit your feet a bit and compress it like something else. You can find your feet looking like a burger, and we talk about, hey my God, it is now becoming full like something else. It becomes like chapat. Chapat is a flat rate stuff, and you find yourself having it terrible. Oh yeah, yameloko mawili. Ata. Hii lazima piga hapo kabisa. One more time. So it has locked. So two of them have locked here. So you have to uplift like a German here and hit it like a safari rally. 1, 2, 3, 20. Thank you. Always we have to be brave enough, and this work needs creativity, and it's you to creativize whatever you want to do and make it happen. Mambo iko sawa?
Basi unipeni kunywa kidogo.
Una supply maji? Ora kengera hayo kweli? Oh, mbere. So this field here is for the materials, and we have to make sure that everything is so fantastic. Mono mangana fresh gale. That's a corner zone. So he has to continue passing through and compacting that area, so it can be so hard whenever we're going to be coming next time. This field will be like a road. So whenever it rains or not, we are now making our legacy road. And for that kind of the road we're going to be making here, everything will be just okay, and there's nothing will ever come and talk about, oh, it cannot happen, it will just happen. No, and that's how we're going to be making it happen. Mboga zinachanganya kidogo. Ingekuwa hakuna. Hakangi. Oh, hano Usembe gotora kwe gonchera hayi. Yeah, we are discussing about where you can just put some sand, and we are talking about the far end is a bit a problem, and it will bring some shenanigans. Achana si hizo. Achia tu hapo, acha tu. Acha tu. Sasa no mosense. Nda unyoli. Oh, amagana? Oh, kuruhara Oh. Bona sasa yumbaka? Munyamwini? Oh. Ne manyere. Sawa. Oh, hayukuira. Aragote. Labda hara. Oh, yeah. Bueno, antes. So, no problem. So we are now good with we talk about the four trips of hardcore. So now we're gonna be starting the sand. We're gonna be starting the sand, and that will be the necessary. So we are running. We are going with this kind of the rate, and everything gonna be moving so fantastic. And what we need is to transform this side and to be something very, very nice and very, very fantastic here. So as far as everything is tuned, he's talking about if you're gonna be getting the sand, you will just get it here. But he has a compiled of works that are still there because of the brotherhood. You understand? He has to make it, because whenever I talk about make this, he has to make it happen. So also he's talking about going to be orienting the Ernesto's ballast. I'm going to be getting to Ernesto there a bit, so he has to find a little bit of the time and also contact the place they're going to be getting it from the site, the producers direct as they're going to be getting it. So I always trust him, because he tells you this road can be or this road cannot be. So that's what we're going to be doing here, and making things to have its own course. So we're going to be starting the sand work. Then after the sand, I'm going to be investing into concrete, not a concrete, it's called ballast, and these are some of the small pebbles, very small tiny ones from the crash, and we're going to be getting that one very expensive. We have to invest into that, and we're going to be having also like 5 trips of sand and also 3 trips of ballast. They're going to be arriving here whenever the time reaches, because we have to put an order before we get it coming. So keep it tuned, and everything going to be coming to you as we're going to be orienting everything to come to this kind of the site. So we are on it, as we are practicing it to make it happen. Also we are on it to make it happen. Exactly. So keep tuned. I'm going to be back to you after making things to have happen out very fantastic. Keep tuned. Getting you back to the spot.
Yeah.
Guys, we are still doing something called reinforcement.
Yeah.
And still this kind of the fish pond had a very big things to go, because the problem still persists, and we are still looking at the channel, and we are going to be fixing some of the poles inside here to make sure that it's going to be supporting this kind of the wall, not to have any kind of the problem of collapsing. So still, whenever we are just conducting the things here, you can see it has already done something of the crack here, which means like you can see this kind of the crack. This is like Rift Valley, and we have to make sure that this kind of the stuff doesn't have any kind of the problem. So it has already squeezed because of the compactment. And
we were rescuing. I am perimeter wall.
I understand.
The time it collapse.
Yeah. So yeah, the collapsing here we have to absolutely understand. Acha yule wapande ile apige, si wewe utapiga. Acha yule wapande ile utaharibu tu. We bado ni mfupi. He's very short, and he's talking about gonna be doing this kind of the work here. He's still short, eh? Go and grow.
But still I'm growing.
Tafinye misumari.
Okay.
Ikiona ngoe kono, eh? Weka hapa katikati. So guys, we have to reinforce this area very compactly. You see, now we're going to be having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 at one place, to make sure that you understand that one doesn't never had much of the problem, and also it's going to be so fixed there very properly. So this one here had a problem, and it's still squeezing getting in, and we have to reinforce this area very, very fantastic. Panasonga bado. Hey. Bro, your buttocks are in danger. Kaende. Hii kitu ona, finya kando mura. Ifinya kando ishikane. Hapa hakuna kitu inasaidia. Kwanza mungeing'oa. Hey. So, mungeiralisha kabisa kando.
Hata kwa hivyo. Tung'oe.
Ng'oa. Nataka hii kitu kabisa ishikane hapa kando kabisa. Shikana kabisa.
Nibebe video. Mnachukua simu yangu bebe video.
Bibi Godi. Uko chonjo? Iko sawa? Imepiga nyara. Guys, it has got a very big crack here, and we are trying to reinforce it. You can see still there's a very big one. So if it's not reinforced heavily, it will just collapse with those kind of the trees inside there. So we have to make sure that this area is compacted. So it's trying to compact itself because this fish pond had collapsed at previously before even we could put this kind of the reinforcement here. But we will deal with it repeatedly so they can just be so okay. Piga kabisa. Mbona uibange? Ernesto is the one who is be very keen. Aya, sawa. Aya, sawa. Enda nayo sasa. Hivyo. Kaende. Twende. Hey. Hey. Guys, that kind of the hammer is more than 10 kg. So whenever you insert it once, hey. Guys, he's trying to hit.
No.
Huh?
We have to reinforce.
Reinforce. Lazima unajua sasa ni kama inataka ishuke na chini.
Oh! Now I've just...
Guys, he's hitting that kind of... it's bouncing. In a bounce. Piga. Guys, you can see it's bouncing. Look at it. Achia.
So there is a pressure inside.
There's
a pressure increase or decrease.
Moto nani chingura ateme mzee baba. Enda piga hiyo kitu huko. Wewe acha. Hivyo sasa. This side is not secure. Yote ishateremka. Ishateremka. But sasa kama itakaa, naona kama haitakuja imeanguka. If tomorrow it will not have collapsed, we are good to go because what we need here is to make sure that it doesn't collapse inside. And if now it compacts itself here, it will be very, very hard and it will compact itself and everything will just be okay. So, tuendelee mbele. Lakini mpaka hii chuributora ruhan. Hapa lazima pajazwe, ndio tukitoka hapa paje pateremuke chini. Pakiteremuka tuendelee na shughuli zingine.
Hammer man.
Yeah, hammer. Kuna kitu kingine inafaa ipigwe hapa. Ama iko tu sawa. It has turned like an oxbow here a little bit here, like a rainbow. But I think it's because of this kind of the compactment. That's normal. That's normal. You're normal. Wapi? Hapo. Mchangi teremke huko chap. Yeah. Wanyige? Guys, we are finishing up.
Ikimiri mpaka nyene ikubali atago songa sasa. Eta timero jisabota chiyo. Eba kitu mjaitira ringo matu chiwo.
Hayo ngapa kumwe.
Ota tani mento ke jomu to ke sora ni gol. Ose rondo bonna ya algo design. Dongara ko. Dai. Ambeta.
Hara so herenda. Guys, if we look to this kind of the other side, it has no such kind of the problem here, because even the compartment, even right now, even you can ride here a very big road, it can pass through this kind of the section, and there's no much of the misery. It can just go here because it has also had, it has compacted itself, and it's very heavily compacted here, and I understand that is the best way for us to make it happen. So today the work is still in the evening time. I'm always available here to make sure that the work continues. The work goes on very nicely, and we respect much of the people watching this kind of the video, tuned in and locked in, always supporting and talking about Gintu. Let us move together as a team. Let's go forward. And I appreciate the people also encouraging Gintu, telling Gintu we have to go forward, and right now we have to go forward here. So we are now at this just ndio mkoku nalika maua. It's the starting point still at this kind of the fish farm here, and this kind of the blue economy has to be invested into, because we have three big fish ponds, very big one. You can see like this one here, very big, and the other one down there, and also we have the other far end, which is they're just making sure going to be reinforcing there. It's very big and very nice whenever it comes to the activities like the fishing activities and recreational purposes we're going to be doing here. So this is the way forward, and we have to get ourselves and talk about, we have to hearten ourselves, and we go forward. So as far as everything is tuned, locked in, we are ever to get forward, and this is what we're going to be doing, and things we're going to be getting to the farther spot here. So let us give and encourage other people wherever you're watching from. I respect you, and I say glad you are here, and we are pinpointing everything to come clear. As I'm going to be ending up, it's totally in the evening. The work is working here. Woo! It's 17 in the evening, and things are okay. As I say, things are very okay. Let's go and relax, rest a bit, because the work is so nice. Let's go for it. Unataka kutoa samaki? Chafu. Au chafu? Oh.